and this is the ETBU Coaches Show. I'm Mark T. Robinson here with head men's and women's golf coach Sydney Harvey. Coach, the last time we did this, I want to say it was October,
It was a
November.
long time ago.
Very, very long time.
I know.
And you guys were competing in the fall, but now spring is upon us, and you guys are going to be traveling up to Brownwood to compete in the Howard Payne Invitational. But first, we got some things to talk about with the fall. So you guys did exceptionally well for this being an inaugural sport for ETBU on the men's side. And the UMHB Invitational, you guys finished sixth. The women finished fifth. And you kind of talked about that before coming on, that being a really big deal. What were your your evaluation of your team in the fall season?
Man, they totally exceeded my expectations, and not really on the golf course, but just with their team chemistry and all the hard work that they put in. With it being a first-year program, you never really know how your culture is going to set in, but I'm telling you, they got to school, got after it, and totally just set that foundation of the culture that we wanted to set, of being a family and just being so close and really, really competitive. So, of course, I was really, really pleased with the way that the girls finished in the conference preview and then the guys at the UMHB tournament. So they just did really great, really great.
Absolutely. And just talking about kind of that team chemistry and establishing a culture like that, as a coach, is something like that one of the more, kind of difficult parts of the job, to just establish a culture? I think sometimes with teams that's not talked about enough, but just establishing a culture, like what is that process like for you guys?
Well, as a coach, you obviously want your culture to be just strong and based off of family, and each coach is different, obviously, but I think that the coach has to talk about it and they have to live it. And so that's what I've been really trying to do, is talk about our culture every single day and then live it out ourselves. So, we want to be a family. We really want everyone to be together as a team, and have that foundation set on Jesus and giving him all the glory for this program. I really don't think that it would be close to where we are now without him being the center of this program. So it's been great, and the kids have really bought into what I've been preaching, and they came in and picked up on it. And I think that I recruited all the kids that they want that same culture too. They want it to be a family. They want it to be, based off of faith and discipline and just several different things of that nature. So it's just been great, really great.
Absolutely. And just kind of talking about, kind of the break in between the fall season and then the spring season. Is it kind of difficult with it being, I want to say, a 2.5 month rest period for you guys? Is it difficult
it's
to kind of...
It's a long time.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a really long time, and it was really hard for me to kind of take a step back and really let them be on their own. Thankfully, we have some really great leaders. Even though we're a really young team, we have leaders that get their stuff together and get to practice and kept working. And I kind of told them just before the off season, actions speak louder than words, and I'm gonna know exactly who worked hard. And you can't walk the walk, or you can't talk the talk without walking the walk. So they know that they had to get after it in the off season, and that we would have a really, really short time of practice before we travel to Brownwood. The guys actually just started yesterday, and they qualified in the rain, and it was cold, and so they got after it and had some really great results. I was really encouraged with how they played yesterday, so I'm excited for Brownwood, and I think that we're ready.
Absolutely. And just as an athlete, is that kind of short turnaround period, is it difficult to kind of pick it up again? I mean, after you said, your team has been working really hard, but mentally, as an athlete, is it kind of difficult to just kind of, have to pick it back up after being off for about 2.5 months, knowing that your season's kind of split into two with fall and then all of a sudden spring? Is that tough?
It is tough, but at the same time, I think that break was really needed. And really what we're after is conference. I mean, when we get to the conference tournament, that's when we want to peak. So I think that a long break is really good, and then having a short time of practice before we dive back into it. I don't really mind that, just because we are going to be really super competitive over the next 5 or 6 weeks, and then when conference rolls around, hopefully that's when they're going to peak, and that's when they're going to be playing their best and be the mentally toughest. And so I like the long break. Obviously, it's, it is what it is, and it's hard to let them be on their own. But at the same time, I think they need that break from me too.
Absolutely. And just speaking about your athletes, you have a few who have kind of stood out so far in the fall season with Jaden Crow, Elizabeth Hardy. You have on the men's side, Crane getting all ASC, making the all ASC tournament team. So how have they kind of helped to mold this program and kind of move it forward in this very early start of the season for you guys?
Yeah, they did awesome. Jaden Crow was all-tournament team in the conference preview, which was huge. And then obviously Hank Crane got all-tournament team as well that same week at the UMHB tournament. So, we've got the few that have really hit the ground running, and I think will be great people for our program going forward. So I'm excited to see how they come back and they compete in the spring. Just really proud of them. Really proud of them.
Absolutely. And a couple more questions here for you. So as you guys are getting ready to go to Brownwood, you guys are leaving on Thursday to compete Friday, Saturday, and then Sunday. So just kind of talk about, has the team really thought about, this being their first week back to competition? Are they excited for kind of first road trip of the spring season?
Oh, they are beyond excited. They cannot wait. And I think it's even more fun that it's a Friday, Saturday, Sunday tournament. Normally we play on Mondays and Tuesdays. So the fact that this one's on Friday, Saturday, Sunday, it gives it a little bit more of a professional vibe. They're going to be out there on the weekend, so they are so pumped. We'll leave Thursday morning, play a practice round that same day, and then the guys will play 36 on Friday to get their seed. It's a match play tournament, so then they'll play their matches on Saturday and Sunday, and the girls will do match play all 3 days. And I think they're really excited about that too. A lot of them have never played in a match play tournament, so I think it will be really exciting for them to have a different vibe going on, and it gives it a little bit more of an edge. So I'm excited.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's funny that you brought up that it's more of a professional feel to it on the Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Didn't really think about it like that. So,
I know.
Yeah, so that's actually perfect for your team. But lastly here, so I've had a couple of colleagues that have told me to start picking up golf a little bit.
Yeah.
And I've been trying to work on my stroke and just kind of work on a lot of the technical things. So my question to you is, what does it take to be a consistently good golfer out there on the green?
Got to put the work in. It takes a long time, and it's all mental. You just have to tell yourself you're the best. I'm sure you're really good at golf. Maybe.
No, I plead the fifth.
That's funny. Well, yeah, mental game. Got to work on it.
Absolutely. Well, thank you, Coach Harvey. It has been a pleasure to have you here on the ETB Coaches Show. You can keep up with all things ETB Athletics at goetbtigers.com or follow us on social media at goetbtigers. Once again, Marty Robinson, head men's and women's golf coach, Sydney Harvey. We'll be back on the ETBU Coaches Show. Thanks for watching.